We talk to others every day, but we rarely talk to ourselves consciously. In your mind, there is a silent dialogue that goes on from morning to night. And the content of that dialogue determines how you live, how you react, and ultimately who you become. The Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Seneca to Epictetus, understood one thing. To change your life, you must start by changing your thoughts. And one of the most effective ways to train your thinking is through daily self-talk. Not empty words to motivate yourself, but words of enlightenment, words of awakening, reminding you to return to your true self, calm, strong, conscious, and dignified. Here are 9 things you should say to yourself every day as an inner ritual to live rightly, live fully, and live freely. Every day, the world gives you hundreds of reasons to worry, to be angry, to be disappointed, but not all of them are within your control. A car stuck in traffic, a friend who trusts you turns away, a missed opportunity. All of these things can bring you down. If you don't learn the first lesson of Stoic philosophy, distinguishing between what is within your control and what is beyond your control. Epictetus once said, there are 2 kinds of events, those that are up to us and those that are not up to us. What you really control is how you react, how you choose, how you think. No one can take that inner choice away from you unless you give it away. And when you truly focus on what you can control, you will find life is much less chaotic, much less stressful. True freedom is not about doing everything you want. It's about not doing what you know is unnecessary. You don't have to react to every criticism. You don't have to retaliate every time you're hurt. You don't have to explain your life to people who don't try to understand you. In a world full of noise, silence is strength. The strong person is not the one who shouts the loudest, but the one who knows when to keep quiet, when to turn away, and when to forgive quietly. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, if something is untrue, point it out. If it is true, why get angry? Reacting is instinct. Calmness is strength. And when you choose not to react, you refuse to let others control your emotions. We live as if we will live forever. We put off loving. We put off dreaming. We put off living a life worth living because we think we still have time. But one day, time will run out. In Stoic philosophy, there is a method called memento mori. Remember that you will die, not to scare you, but to make today count. Look at the sun this morning as if it were the last time you would see it. Love your loved ones as if you would never see them again. Be grateful for every breath you take because no one promised you tomorrow. Seneca once wrote, when death comes, it makes us realize that we had everything and not a single day. Live as if today were your last chance to be yourself, because most likely it is. We get caught in the when-then trap. When I have a house, when I have success, when I love someone, then I will be happy. But Stoicism teaches us that abundance does not come from external circumstances. It comes from internal perspective. You may not have it all, but if you appreciate what you have, you will feel you have enough. Inner satisfaction does not come from hoarding, but from letting go. When you look at life with eyes of gratitude, you will see the small things as sacred. A simple meal, a quiet afternoon, a favorite book. Epictetus taught, true wealth does not consist in having much, but in needing little. We are raised to believe that our worth lies in the eyes of others. If people like you, you are worthy. If they approve of you, you are successful. But that is the most dangerous dependence on approval. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who lived in the lap of power and fame, once wrote, glory is empty. It passes like a breath. Stoics live by an inner compass. They don't need the world to nod to them, to see them as worthy. They know they are good, they are right, and that is enough. You don't need approval to live a life of value. True value doesn't come from applause. It comes from how you live, whether anyone is watching or not. Stoics don't teach you to suppress your emotions. On the contrary, they teach you to observe them like a gardener observes the weather. Rain comes and goes, sun comes and goes, but the grass stays green if you tend it. You can get angry, sad, jealous. That's human. But if you act under the influence of those emotions, you're lost. Instead of saying, I am my emotions, learn to say, I have emotions, but I am not controlled by them. Emotions are guests, but you don't have to let them take over your mental home. Stoics never promised that life would be easy, but they believed that adversity was a harsh but necessary teacher. Every failure is a stepping stone to inner strength. Every fall is an opportunity to learn to stand up stronger. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties do not weaken us, they make us." Instead of avoiding failure, go into it with courage. Learn to smile when things fall apart, because you know that your soul is being trained. There are things you wish you had done differently. There are words you wish you had never said. There are mistakes you will regret for years. But Stoicism teaches that the past is something you cannot change, but it is a treasure to learn from. You are not the person you were yesterday. You are the person you choose to live today. Look at the past as a book, not to read the same sad chapter over and over again, but to turn the page, learn the lesson, and write a new, enlightened chapter. Ultimately, every day is a battleground, not between you and others, but between who you are and who you want to be. Ask yourself, was I kind today? Was I patient? Was I honest with myself? If the answer is yes, you are living right. If it is no, don't blame yourself. Just do it again. Start now with this breath, with the next step. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Live as if you were already dead, and now you are alive, for the first time." You don't need a lofty philosophy to live right. You just need to wake up every day and remind yourself of the right things. Listen to these every morning. Write them down. Make them your inner ritual. Because in the end, your life is not shaped by what happens to you, but by how you talk to yourself about it.